Hey everybody, Papa Boris here, playing some more Hades. We're gonna do a run with the bow, because the Dark Thirst points to the bow. Here are my favorite weapons, the gauntlets. I'm one key short, but that's fine. We got lucky the Dark Thirst is not pointing to them. Actually, you know what? I think I forgot to visit the house contractor at the end of the last video. So, with apologies, that's normally the kind of thing I would not spend time doing at the beginning of a video. Let's get something here. So, I can't afford that. Sorry, it's twitchy with the controller. So this is whatever. I guess we're gonna get one of these two. And I'd rather just have generally fountains giving more healing than maybe getting a free room in Act 3, so we'll take that.
I like the sound of this. Work approved, and here's the fee.
And that does make a difference, because we've had a lot of times where I finish a boss, drink from the fountain, and I'm not at full health, so getting more healing really does make a difference. Okay, so anyway, we're fighting with the bow. We got Zeus's trinket.
Something back there for you, pal.
Yep, and we're gonna go here. Again, you could consider doing heat, but honestly, I am perfectly happy to just fight the first three bosses again and get darkness for it, because I would like to get the third Death Defiance. Alright, well, this is about as good as we could hope for. We have special, causes lightning bolt to strike nearby foes. That adds, in the case of an epic, 45 flat damage to my special. We have a really great scenario again, gems or chaos, and clearly the chaos. Now for the bow, you know, bonus special damage, not a huge deal. Bonus attack damage, not a huge deal. But still, like, having boons be more likely to be rare would be nice. Very interesting. So attack more damage, dash strike. You can dash strike with the bow. I think that's like actually what you're supposed to do, but I'm just bad, so I'm not gonna care. We're gonna take this one. More darkness. This is not irrelevant because I am fighting on 0 heat and I have killed the first 3 bosses before. So they drop, it seems, 60, 120, and then 180 darkness, respectively, from Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. But they're now going to drop 77% more. And I'm not going to do that math in my head while trying to play Hades, but it'll be a lot. And I'm pretty sure there's at least 4 encounters left before the Meg fight, so it will apply to that, the darkness right away. Well, actually, it has to, yeah, because that was the first room that had the Chaos Gate. Okay, I'm gonna not ignore the beam, because if you ignore the beam, you get tickled. And getting tickled is annoying. Alright, this is actually nice. I don't mind getting all the Zeus. Lightning effect striking twice is great. I'll even settle for jolting. I just don't like the jolting because enemies often attack kind of slowly. But when you're hitting them with your special and it has a lot of hit points, it'll deal a couple hundred extra damage probably. Sure, I'll put a cast in. Yeah, why not? So close. Most likely, I will not be buying anything from that shop. I'll always take a look, but probably not. Okay, I've already given Zeus a nectar. Further nectar is for relationship building and some other narrative quests, but for the gods, I'm not going to be concerned about that. I'm going to focus on the ones who can give me chthonic companions. I'm actually not going to take this. I was a bit underwhelmed by it last time, even with it being at epic. It's fine, but it's early enough. I'm going to grab this so that it's an extra 60 damage. And yeah, I'm not going to take anything there. You know, oh, this is actually really good. Flat upgrade on my damage is nice. It was an epic, which was nice. Note that when you take the trinket that guarantees that you start with a particular god's power, it also, in general, raises the likelihood that boons from that god have a higher rarity. So, it's nice to see more boons from the same god after the first, and it does something other than just giving you a boon of that god once. So it's not entirely just lucky that I had the epic version of that special. That probability was influenced by my trinket. Oh, look at that, 20 instead of 12 darkness. There it is, kicking into effect.
Sure, why not?
So yeah, I didn't take Zeus's call because it's early enough that I would not mind holding out for a better one. It's actually kind of unlucky since I am holding his trinket that was just basic rarity. Oh, this is bad. This boss, I just find I have a really hard time with fighting with the bow because like by the time I get into position to hit it with my special, it's just gone. Okay, I don't mind that it hit me because it stays up longer when it gets close to you. And I didn't mind having a little bit of extra time to pump him full of arrows. Okay, and I guess that wasn't that bad. I will give her a nectar. Just to get it out of the way. I'm going to regret it if I see Sisyphus and Patroclus in this run. And then I don't have the nectar to give to Patroclus. But I just get annoyed later on if I'm trying to give everybody a trinket. And then like I missed a god and then I don't see that god for 10 runs in a row. So let's just take care of it. Alright, we'll just do this. It's not the best, but it's fine. Oh, here we go. Nectar. How lovely. So I could have considered taking the key just because I really do need keys. But I'm not going to say no to nectar at this stage. Okay, coins or 2 boons. Definitely 2 boons, especially with the Zeus. These are both really hard. The Zeus is the big unpredictable circles. And then Aphrodite, I'll just do it once to show it. So with Aphrodite, there's a heart that... Oh, yes, we'll take this. Actually, the cast is good. It really makes the early game a lot easier. But we'll take this because that, in the long term, matters more. So this heart follows you around. And if it hits you, it deals, you know, a chunk of damage to you, like 14 or 15 or something, and it charms you for a second, which you might think, okay, just ignore the heart. But you know what? Like maybe some people are better at this than I am. Like most people are better than me at most things, but look right there, like, you know, you get absorbed, paying attention to the enemies, making sure you're hitting them with your special. Ah! There's another 15. There, I just took 30 damage. 30 of my 100 damage already. And these witches are still healthy. Okay. Alright, so 30 damage. I mean, I might have taken more with the other one. Who knows? Alright, we'll take this. This is a nice one. Actually, it might be the thing I would have taken anyway. It makes it so that when you get something that increases your maximum health, it increases it by more. Well, I'm going to do that. That should heal me to full unless I play this terribly. It's the first act. This really shouldn't be that hard. I shouldn't take any damage. I mean, the real question is just whether I kill the things fast enough. If it's actually a matter of I end up with less health because I killed them super slowly and took a bunch of damage, that's just embarrassing. Yeah. So I got 3/4 of the bone of the maximum value. But yeah, it's a little tough to tell. There's 2 different symbols. There's the symbol for healing, and then there's the symbol for raising max health. Some things affect one, but not the other. Some things affect both. So you have to look a little carefully, or to hover over it. The game is good about just saying it with words if you look at it with your mouse. I have not gotten a single key this run, which, you know, there's plenty of time still. But I'm a little nervous because I really do want to get a key this run. I was 1 key short of unlocking the fists, and there's only a 1 in 4 chance that the Dark Thirst will point to the fists. As far as I know, the game is not hard-coded to place Dark Thirst on the weapons you don't own to encourage you to buy them. Like, we had the shield available for purchase, but it didn't spawn Dark Thirst for quite a while. But if the Dark Thirst does point to the fists, I really want to get them. Okay, so I am gonna get the darkness because I really value darkness. I'm actually not gonna pay half my gold for this 25 health increase because, not because I don't think I can get the healing, but just because I'd rather save my gold for other things. I went here, I knew this would be free because we're getting close to the boss. I want to, yep, there it is. Increase my damage. Now that increases it by 8. This revenge damage increases it by 40, but I'm hoping that I'm hitting things with my special more often than I am getting hit. Now you could do some math on that, I guess. 8 is a fifth of 40. So am I hitting things with my special at least 5 times as often as I am getting hit? Maybe not, especially because the revenge thing... No, I don't know. Oh yeah, so we get a new Fury. There's 3 Furies. And it's Meg for a while, but I think... I don't think it's like you have to do well or anything. I think it's just playing the game like doing a certain number of runs, triggers other Furies. Oh god, other Furies to appear. So Tisiphone, when she has her immune thing, she teleports you to like a different place, and she also does the thing where she shoots a bunch of projectiles out. That one, if you're caught off guard by it, you can really get reamed because there's just like a bunch of projectiles. But if you are, oopsies, if you are paying attention, you can just use your attack to cancel the projectiles. I don't find her to be that bad usually. Every once in a while, I just randomly take a bunch of damage from this thing that she's doing. But you can see, she can do that all day. I'm completely fine with her doing that the entire time, and I will just shoot her forever. Okay, yeah, she dashes around. It's a bit more of a teleport than it is like for Meg. For Meg, it's a dash. For her, she like kind of teleports there and then back. But not generally a big deal. 99 darkness. 60 plus 77%. I'm very happy about that, and we should definitely be at full health here. Yep. So I don't need more trinkets from Zeus. This is the time to buff up some of my other things. I could start working on the bone glass some more. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? I haven't taken this yet. So ideally, of course, you take the Chthonic coin purse in the first act, because that's the easiest act, and that's the one that, you know, you're able to most easily deal with not having a benefit from your trinket in. But if you do take a god boon in the first act, then it makes sense to take the coin purse in the second. By the way, if you read guides, they will tell you that the best thing to do is to take god boons in both the first act and the second act and develop a build, which is true. I don't deny that. I just personally prefer to take trinkets that, you know, are more fun. I mean, I guess that's subjective. You could say it's fun to guarantee getting a certain god, but I prefer some kind of actual tangible benefit and not worrying so much about builds, but just making the best of what I'm dealt. With the exception being a couple of weapons, like the bow. At least for the basic aspect of the bow, hopefully we unlock aspects soon. I think that's again one of those certain number of run type things, not measured by how well you're doing. But for the first aspect, the basic aspect, I like to get lightning on it, or the doom from Ares. Alright, so none of these really matter that much. This one has a negative, so I'm going to take it now, since I'm not really using my attack this run. Coins, health, Hermes. Ooh, I do want Hermes, but I don't have a god power, because I didn't take that Zeus power the one time it was offered. So I'm going to grab the health, since I do need the health, and I want to try to put off Hermes until I've gotten a god power. If I don't get a god power, it's not the end of the world, but personally I do like to have a god power before fighting definitely Hades and ideally Theseus and the Minotaur. Watch out for the boulder. Is it still here? It is. I don't think I didn't get hit, but I got punched. I got munched by a skull though. Palm or health? This is a frisky move. I'm gonna take the palm. So what I'm hoping for is that it's early enough in the game. I'm still gonna get enough health to get up to like 250. That's kind of like my sweet spot. All right, so we have the exact same option. Now it's only 6. Okay, we're gonna grab. I mean, this is 36 for the jolting. This is 40 when I get damaged. All right, I want to take the jolting because I hope that the enemies attack. Like, right, if the enemy attacks, then it gets jolted. If it attacks and hits me, it takes the revenge weak damage.
Time for another voyage.
But the main thing about the revenge damage for the Aphrodite boon is the weakening effect, which is nice. But yeah, and enemies are more likely to attack than to attack and hit me. That's just math. Okay. So yes, I think I made the right call there. Happy to trade a little bit of damage in exchange for something that happens much more consistently. Though I think if I had the choice between like 40 damage on revenge or 6 damage on special, I don't know, I might still take the special, because like you walk up next to something like that and you just pump it full of arrows, you know, you get not just one instance of the 6 extra damage, but several. So maybe it's still better just to keep pumping the special. Notice how much time these enemies are sitting around with that jolting animation because they're not actually attacking. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I will probably... Actually, no, that's not true. There is one very specific thing for which I will use Athena's Trinket, but I'm just doing it to get it out of the way. I still have a nectar to give to Patroclus if I see him, if it'll finally let me, and I have not seen Sisyphus in a long time. This is annoying. I really do not like her call. It is not great in my opinion, so it just makes you invulnerable for a while. But so does Ares and Poseidon's thing, and they actually do damage. Now, she does also do damage because it makes you deflect all the attacks. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab the call to get it out of the way. The Holy Shield is better because it's more revenge damage, and the deflection in that split second that you're deflecting does sometimes deflect a projectile, which is cool. Like, if you get hit by a bunch of projectiles at once, that is a very good revenge ability because... you, instead of taking a gazillion damage, take a little bit and then deflect them all back. So I would definitely have taken that over her call, but I gotta take her call at some point. Might as well do it while it's rare. And there was nothing else that was like really amazing. Alright, my nemesis here. Very happy to keep them at range. Athena's call also, I don't know how you would really, maybe I'm just not good at it. I don't really understand how to use it without it being fully maxed. Like, you get 1.65 seconds of deflecting an invulnerability. So you have to tap the button and then take damage in the next 1.65 seconds. It seems like it takes more skill in planning than I am capable of. But hey, we got it. We got it out of the way for the achievements. That thing killed itself because it was jolted. I got my 8th key. Feeling good. In fact, here we go. Oh, it's tough. It's tough to pass on the darkness when I'm getting 20 instead of 12. That's certainly not nothing. But I am going to be getting darkness from the bosses. And I do just want keys. I need to pay like all of my keys right now to unlock the fists. Then there's still another weapon to unlock after that, which I forget how many keys it costs, but presumably it's at least 8 because the weapon before it costs 8. And then I have a section of the mirror to unlock for 20 keys, which has really good stuff in it that I definitely want. So there's just a lot. All right, turn on my god power. What did it do? Maybe something, maybe nothing. All right, Poseidon or shop. I'm gonna get greedy and grab Poseidon because it seems like I'm going pretty strongly through this stuff. So let's get a boon, possibly work on those achievements, or possibly get something good. Maybe oh, I can't get the call. Because I already took Athena's call. Okay, well, nothing new here, so we'll just take the dash.
Let's make some waves. Let's get out.
Never mind the dash. It also is helpful in the final act when you're going through the tunnels and have those rat levels, or even just normal enemies. Just like shoving them into a wall, doing 35 damage plus the shove damage is nice. Okay, I believe... I don't know. It's actually hard to tell whether I should be using my attack or just spamming special. It seems like it didn't really make that big of a difference either way. So for these, I'm guessing it's my special because I can get right up close to them and hit them with a bunch of arrows at once, which also means a bunch of my 60 damage bolts or whatever they're up to nowadays. Okay, I just took 16 damage. And you know, if you're feeling frisky, you can get close to this thing to pump it full of more arrows, but it's enough damage that I'm fine with just playing it safe, staying back, and doing less damage overall. I wouldn't have minded having my God gauge full, so I could get that large amount of invulnerability. As it is, oh, here we go. Alright, well, we'll just be invulnerable for a little while. That's kind of cool. I can stand in the way of those projectiles, and they'll all get deflected back. One more over here, just had a little snippet left. Okay, I don't mind this Hydra. Those are not super hard to dodge. And I definitely prefer those to having to deal with the nests or like the barrage of the little missiles. Okay, basically took almost no damage in that fight, and we're gonna get a bunch of darkness and heal up probably to full. So feeling good going into Act 3. 197. Oh, that's juicy. Full healing? Full healing, great. Let's see, anything to sell? I could sell it. You know, I'm actually going to. I just don't value this call, and that increases the odds of getting a call from a different god. Here, we're gonna grab our Myrmidon Bracer for defense. And move into Act 3. Now, it is possible to get a boon that overrides another boon. Like, if you have a boon buffing your attack, you will sometimes see, like, a god offer you a boon that upgrades your attack, and it'll have a symbol indicating that if you take that boon, it'll swap out one of your other ones. So it's not impossible, but I do believe that those are more rarely offered. Okay, so my pinwheels. My beloved pinwheels. It looks like I'm one-shotting them with my special, which is great. One thing to be careful of is, even though the special shoots things out in that delicious-looking fan, sometimes, a lot of the times, things do slip through the cracks. So just don't assume that just because you're aiming it in the general direction of some pinwheels that you're actually going to hit them and kill them. All right, well, these are both good that I have not taken before, looking only at the ones that have the prophecy. Special firing 4 shots is a really good one, so that would be good to get later on when well, I mean, yeah, it would be nice to fire 4 more shots. I'm gonna grab this just to get it out of the way. There's an aspect of the bow that makes it so that after you hit an enemy with your attack, all of the shots from your special target that enemy. So if you play with that aspect, getting 4 more special shots is extremely good. So I'm kind of gonna save the hammer upgrade that just adds 4 missiles to your special for that. Of course, if I'm gonna get killed by Hades here, or get killed before I get to Hades, I am gonna wonder, you know, if my special were shooting 4 extra arrows, might I have 1? Is there a pinwheel? Oh no, it's not a pinwheel, it's the chariot. Oh, hold on. Oh, it looks different. And it has a smaller range. Did it say it had the smaller range? I don't remember it saying the range was reduced. Interesting. Okay. So, actually, I'm going to grab this. I think just mathematically, an extra 10% chance to strike twice is more valuable than just doing 6 extra flat damage. Could be wrong about that, but it shouldn't be a huge difference either way. That all is whatever. Alright, here we're going to take Hermes. Now, I did not get a god power, unfortunately. However, there are still some good things I can get from Hermes. There is special attacking faster, which would be nice. Even if it's the basic version, even if it's just 10%, it's still really good. Because 10% doing this faster is very, very helpful. Oh my lord, that was a bunch. Actually, it was only 4. Interesting. I just thought I got reamed to the dickens. I think I've already given him a nectar, and I don't want to spend my last nectar on him. Alright, more dashes are moving faster. I'm going to take the more dashes. I think it's the better one. They're both fine. Aphrodite or Athena? Okay, I'm going to take Aphrodite because I want her call. So her call... Oh no, this is bad. This is very, very bad. So yeah, you gotta, like, kill the heads to stop them from turning into rechargos, but they start spawning faster and faster, and if you know, don't kill the butterfly ball, you're eventually just gonna get caught in a loop. In fact, we already have a guy. If you're doing really, really well, oh man, I thought I got that head, or maybe it was a different head. Anyway, if you're doing really well, if you have like really high damage output, this isn't actually that bad, but a lot of times in these early runs, this is like the worst thing you can get. I would so much rather fight the bull. And I think in general, like even later in the game, when you have more upgrades, and oh god, you shot 2 arrows at me, ass wagon. Even later in the game when I'm stronger, like I don't think I ever want to see this butterfly ball. Even if it actually is mechanically easier, even if you have just that magical time where you melt all its health and kill it before it can spawn too many heads, it still just like feels like more of a sure thing to have the bull than this butterfly. All right, perfect. So we got Aphrodite's call. I guess I've never gotten it before. So this is maybe not the best call because it is not that great if you do not get the full gauge. But if you get the full gauge, finally you'll take a nectar. If you get the full gauge, then you do 2,500 damage. And that's a nice chunk of damage to take off the boss's health. And if you use the basic version of it, yeah, I don't use my attack, so we'll take the healing, even though I don't. Actually, I do need some healing. But the charge length on that is actually pretty good. Like, even just the basic amount, it lasts a goodly amount of time. So I'm happy to have that, even if it's not that great on the basic encounters. All right, so it's Thanatos. First time seeing him. This is an event that will now start spawning sometimes. Basically, you and Thanatos have a little contest to see who can kill the most enemies. And if you kill at least as many as he does, you break ties apparently, he'll give you a heart and raise your health by 25 or 33 if you have the benefit in my case. Now, how easy these are just depends entirely on what you get for enemies. Because if you get, you know, armored enemies that have a lot of hit points and are hard to kill, it's much harder to beat them. Because he basically does like insta-kills. It takes a while to charge, and then it instantly kills the enemy. Or it instantly kills an enemy in a wide range. But here we had those witches, they don't have a lot of health, so it was a lot easier to beat them. So there was a room reward for the health, and then he's giving me extra health. And, you know what? If I had another nectar, I could have given him a nectar. He's a tricky guy to give nectar to, because you don't always... He sometimes shows up in the House of Hades, but not always. So maybe I should have saved the nectar. To be honest, I forgot about him. If I had remembered, I would have, like, not given the nectar either to Athena or to Aphrodite, because I am never going to use their trinkets ever. Alright, got a bunch of shieldos. I am just gonna charm one if I ever can. It's like my god gauge is there. It is. So here it is. So you charm it, and it lasts for quite a while. And if nothing else, it doesn't attack you. So it is not a terrible thing to do to an enemy, even if there are no other enemies. I think that's the thing with it, is you gotta let go of this idea that you charm some enemy and then it like deals a bunch of damage to the other enemies and it like carries the fight. Like, no, it just takes something out of your hair for a little while. Like, I'm gonna just charm that chariot, so I don't need to worry about that chariot. And the fact that it actually did kill somebody, I mean, that's just great. That's just icing on the cake. So that was a mini-boss encounter, technically, so I get 2 keys, which I'm very happy about. We have another mini-boss. Wow, lots of mini-bosses. Had the butterfly ball, had a mini-boss here, and then have another one. I am not certain about this, but I believe that you cannot have the butterfly and the bull in the same run. I'm not certain about that. So if you see the mini-boss symbol, and you've already had the butterfly or the bull, you know you're not getting the other one. I believe. I could be wrong. We'll pay attention to that and see if we ever get both of them. Okay, so the witch. I'm looking for somebody to charm. It lasts a while. It's like 5 or 6 seconds. One of the weird things about it is that putting palms in the charm does not increase the damage for the full gauge. It's 2,500 no matter what. But in a way, it kind of feels good. Like Zeus's call, you really want to buff it up. Otherwise, it does a rather unimpressive amount of damage. But Aphrodite's, it's like, you get it. It doesn't matter if it's epic. Oh yeah, the rarity doesn't increase the damage either. Doesn't matter if it's epic or rare or the base. Doesn't matter if you palm it. You just get it and bam. You can save up a thing and pop a boss for 2,500, which is very, very helpful. And it's how I got some of my first wins, actually, is I got that plus the automatic God Gauge gain from Hermes and just cheesed it. I'm actually going to go to the shop. I have already gotten several palms. I'm at the point of diminishing returns for my main attack, and I want to get other stuff here. So like this, 33 more health, and a boon. Like, these are the kinds of things I want to be doing. Alright, well, we have one we've never taken before, so we'll just take it.
Let's break some heart.
Don't need health, which is a good feeling. Although that's mainly because I took the health bonus from Patroclus. Man, I've seen him a lot of times. I've seen him, I guess, 3 times.
To the main event.
And I've seen Sisyphus like once. I keep waiting to see Sisyphus again. I want Sisyphus's shackle. But it's just not happening. Missed my one chance. And it's not back. And that's just that's a good thing to know about this game in general. There's a lot of unlocks that take a while. Just a lot of waiting before it can happen. Oh my god. And it's like, if you don't get it when you have the chance, you might be waiting for a long, long time. I'm trying to get close to him just to pump him full of arrows. Oh, he twisted in a way I was not expecting. Alright, charge behind him. Charge through him. Yeah, just keep pumping him full of arrows. Ah. Okay, actually, we're charging up the God Gauge quite a bit. I guess it's because I got hit a bunch of times. I'm not sure. That seems really fast. The question, of course, is am I going to have enough to fill up the gauge? Okay, I'm going to punch the Minotaur with this heart. Burp. You know, you can see how much health these bosses have. Like, I did 2,500 to him, and he's still... That was past the halfway point, and he's still going strong. But that's the thing about the bow, is you just really need something on the special. At least for me. I'm sure that good people can play this bow using the actual attack. But me, it's like I gotta get the Zeus on the special, or I actually also really like Dionysus on the special, which I don't think is like a standard thing that people do. Or at least I haven't read people talking about that online. But with that other aspect, you can pump an enemy full of a bunch of hangover, and then they just take a bunch of damage over time. It's not as dramatic as the Zeus, where the Zeus just hits them real hard, real fast, and you see the health melt away. But in a way, it's more convenient in some cases. Okay, so we're gonna try. All right, I got Ares, which I'm pretty happy about. Like I said, try to be aggressive and do. Oh shoot, I missed that. So Ares has very huge circles, but you also have a lot of time to find an opening. Like he's not quick. One thing I'm actually not sure about is how predictable is it? Is it always in the same spaces? Oh hey, we got a greater call. Burp. And he dies. That was good because like that little bit of health was actually kind of annoying to deal with because I had to get behind him and not get killed by Ares and stuff. 296 darkness. Holy cow, that's a lot of darkness. Yes, I am very happy with my choice. I am much rather have like 800 some darkness than you know, another Titan Blood, Diamond, and Ambrosia that the game hasn't given me an opportunity to use. So here is the trinket for Patroclus. It's the one I almost always use in the final act. What it does is it makes you immune to damage for a second, then at maximum level 1.5 seconds. Every time you take damage. Well, okay, not every time you take damage. It has a 7-second recharge time. Okay, I could sell this because I'm not going to have that many more rewards. However, it's only 35 gold. So we'll just leave it.
One last stop.
So the reason I like that is because I'm bad at the game. Generally speaking, it seems like people say that Acorn is the best thing to use against Hades, the one that resists eventually 5 attacks from the boss. However, you might have noticed sometimes some of those Acorns just go to like enemies 0 damage attacks from the ads that he spawns because I'm bad. And so I actually prefer the spear point. Hang on, let's fish. Nice and quick. I prefer the spear point because it is really good against poison. You get poisoned, and then you're immune for a second, or eventually 1.5 seconds. And that is just super handy. And there's some merit to Hades as well. If you get hit by his fire attack, you're immune to it for a while. Oh god. Okay, see, like there, I took almost no damage. Okay, that time I'm taking full damage because it had not been 7 seconds yet. So I didn't give it enough time to recharge. But yeah, I'll see like right there, poison and almost no damage because I just took the 1 damage from the first poison and then I was immune long enough to run over and heal it. And you know, in an action game like this, 1 second is a long time. Admittedly, 1 second, it's not that great, but when you get it up to 1.5 seconds, oh god. I got stuck and trying to avoid the bomb and then I got hit by the spike. 1 second is is maybe not that amazing. It's still like a second is a long time. Don't get me wrong. Wait, what the hell? Oh, right, I just got hit by the poison dart. Somehow like the angle of the enemy made me not understand, like, am I finding a new enemy? Did something happen that I've never seen before? But no, it was just rearing back and shooting a poison dart at me. Okay, so we got the cell thing here, which is not useful. Yeah, it's not useful. But in a way, it's good because what you really want is to see the Well of Charon and buy something before you go fight Hades. Oh, shoot. Man, that is a little unlucky. I gotta say, I am not thrilled about this. You know, once is fine. But I thought that, you know, since it hadn't been that long, maybe we could just go a while without it. It is good that I have Aphrodite's Call because that's like what I want to... I mean, taking 20... Oh, God. I took poison. Getting 2,500 damage off of this vermin is extremely convenient. And my bow special is pretty good at dealing with these packs of rats. So, I can't complain too much. I suppose if I have to face this thing, it's better to face it now with the bow. But, of course, that's not how probability actually works. It's always an independent event. So, it would have been better just not to see it. And then not to see it another time either. Okay. I hope I don't miss with this. Okay, got him. It's not dead or anything, but it's still helpful. I guess I can take a moment here to clarify something since I'm thinking about it. One thing I mentioned is that when it comes to spending nectar to improve relationships with NPCs, I'm going to focus on the ones that give you summons. Chthonic companions. Basically, these are things that you can summon once per encounter, once per run, and there are 6 different ones. They each do a different thing, but quite a few of them, what their effect is that it just does a bunch of damage. And so you can use it to quicken your progress through a boss fight. Like if I had a summon here, I could have built an extra 2,500 or 1,500 damage, depending on which one I had, to that tiny vermin. Okay, this is irrelevant, but I'm going to take it just because it's legendary and I haven't taken it before. It's going to take me a while to get all of the duo boons. In fact, I might never. Like, even on my main save file, I don't think I ever actually got all of the duo boons. But I'm still going to do it just in case. You really have to research, basically, to get those achievements. The, you know, get all boons achievements. Because some of them require you to have a particular thing. Like, for example, some of Dionysus's duo boons require you to have his cast specifically. Not just his mechanic of hangover, but an actual specific boon. Some may even require you to have a god power. I know there are regular boons that require you to have a particular god's power, a particular god's call. I don't know what the case is for the duos. Honestly, I haven't researched them. But basically, when you play the game, if you notice that there's like a particular legendary boon or a particular duo boon that you're just not getting, check to see, like, go Google it, look it up in the wiki, and check to see if there's like a quirky requirement for it, because that might be what's holding it up. So it takes a little bit of effort. It's not just playing the game and always taking the ones that have the prophecy symbol. You need to also do some research and see, like, okay, well, if I'm trying to unlock this duo boon, then I need to make sure I take like this particular thing. Okay, so not my favorite mini boss, but not my least favorite either. Obviously, as you know, I struggle with the satyrs and getting hit by their poison darts. But if you dash around like a maniac, just mash buttons like crazy, then hopefully you dodge most of its things, and then, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Get out of here.
All right, we'll just take that, because I've taken it before. Not going to think any more about it. Now, of course, the main problem here is that we still need to go through a tunnel. So I'm actually considering doing the flex of getting this, but I'm just not sure I can beat Hades. I'm not going to spend my gold for now. What I'm going to do here is just grab more health. Yes, my palms are more potent, but let's just be as safe as possible. And I think the thing that makes the biggest difference is having more health. Because, for one thing, I get 33 health instead of 25, but it's also worth noting that health has a multiplicative effect with Death Defiance. Because when you respawn after dying, you respawn with half of your maximum health. So increasing your maximum health by 33 means that when you do Death Defiance, you get back an extra, I believe the game rounds up, 17 health. Yeah, of course I got poisoned. I watched it happen. I watched it happen, and I did nothing about it. So 17 times 2 Death Defiances that I have is 34. So each heart is actually 33 plus 68, which is 102. That's not right. 101. I don't know why I added that weirdly. Like, I added 2 34s and then a 33 separately. So 33 times 3 is 99, plus an extra 2. Yes, it's 101. So it's an extra 101 health, which is a lot of health. That is a lot. Oh, this is actually my least favorite room. So you've got these saw blades coming down the middle, which is where the cure is. So you get hit by those, and by you I mean me, because I get hit by them because I'm bad. I'm gonna just charm that thing so it stops shooting its goddamn poison darts at me. And then you might think, okay, we'll just go hide over there. Go hide over here. But there's like a little pit in the ground that spawns poison. You can see that poison cloud now. It just came up. So you can't hide there. You have to hide like back here. Oh my god. Well, thank you, Broken Spear Point. This is why we live the Broken Spear Point life, because we get poisoned all of the dang time. One good thing, I guess, is that these satyrs love standing in the path of the saw blades. I really hope that this is the last enemy. I really hope it is. I would love it to be. It would be great if it was. That'd be amazing. Oh, thank God. Okay, 33 health. Actually, I need the healing now. Now, I don't believe I've seen a Well of Charon, so there is some merit. Well, no, so that's just a good thing. I don't know. I started the sentence and then wasn't going to finish it. Palm or coins? I'm going to take the palm because it does raise by 2. And I'm not sure if I want to buy that diamond. So basically, diamonds eventually do nothing. However, in the short term, diamonds are quite useful. It hasn't happened yet, but eventually you unlock at the house contractor the ability to purchase upgrades that improve the sort of crappy rewards, like darkness, keys, gems, nectar. And I don't know if I missed one. So you can pay 3 diamonds to improve them, and they are pretty good. Oh, I got the sell thing instead of the oh yeah, I'm gonna sell this though, because that is not gonna make a huge difference. So we're gonna sell that for 400 coins. So yeah, diamonds in the long term, they're one of the resources that you run out of uses for, but in the short term, they're quite handy, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, let's finally get this 40 damage upgrade.
Juicy.
We're at full health, 290, very healthy. All right, I'm gonna flex. I'm gonna get the diamond. In the short term, this matters. And honestly, none of these things matter in the short term. Like if I end up winning right now, then none of these things mattered either if I didn't need them. We're gonna get this because I want to get a boon for achievements like that one. And that's actually not bad, so we'll just take it. And remember the 300 palms, they raise by 2 levels. This raises by only 1.
God's grant me
So I managed to get 2 palms after getting the boon that makes my palms more potent, but never actually getting a palm. Yeah, that was just 400 coins. Anyways, I think what I'm going to do is take the safe one here, reduce damage. 4% may not seem like much, but again, going from 10 to 14, that's a 40% increase in the value of the reduction, which you might say, okay, Boris, you're just like doing math gymnastics to try to paint things in the most positive light, and that's not untrue, but nevertheless, I want to play it safe. I think that I do enough damage. I just need to survive. And also, if you have both Death Defiances going into the final boss, then that just means that you have a lot more health, and the more health you have, the bigger of a deal it is to have a percentage reduction to your damage taken. Okay, so I will put the cast in him. It makes each thing do like a tiny bit more damage, and that may add up over the long run. So I would like to get close to him when possible. It's just important that, you know, if you are going to get close to Hades, so that you're hitting him with more arrows at once, that you just watch him. You keep your eye on him, so that when he rears back or does a spinny thing, you don't just, like, get hit with boiling blood for no reason. There is some justification for being aggressive. It's that the longer that this guy is on the field, the longer that you have to dodge stuff, like these Novas. You know, so killing him sooner means or taking some risks to try to do more damage to him more quickly may pay back some of the health that you spend from being more aggressive. I actually am going to ignore those for the most part for a couple of reasons. One is they're going to get hit a little bit anyways, because that's just what I'm using. I have this fan attack. It'll be hitting them somewhat regardless. Shoot. I don't know if I can use this call. He's about to turn. You know what? I'm going to do it. Yeah. Oh, it didn't even turn him immune. Very happy to that. If I had waited until he turned immune to do that, that would have just been basically a waste of 2,500 damage, which is not something I really want to waste in the fight against this very challenging final boss. Anyway, so those Rechargeos, they have a lot of health. They take a lot of attacks to kill. And they're not, like, doing anything that significant. Like, yeah, they're throwing some projectiles at me and stuff. But the fact that they will get naturally worn down by my bow over time means that I do not want to spend time, like, not attacking Hades, trying to attack them. And that's another thing to consider, too, is, you know, when you're making the call, like, in the Hades fight, should I try to kill the ads or not? He does turn invisible sometimes and just disappear for a little bit. And when he does that, you kind of got nothing better to do than to go after the ads. Okay, so I just want to make sure I don't press my right trigger while he's still immune. There he is. And look at that. I don't remember necessarily, but I feel like I have this vague recollection that people aren't huge fans of Aphrodite's Call. Now, it might just be some, like, random person on Reddit one time that said they didn't like it, and that does not reflect general opinion whatsoever. It might be that Aphrodite's Call is considered the greatest call in the history of calls, and that I'm just sounding like a total idiot right now. But the point is that, you know, I like it, even though it might not seem great, because it doesn't do that much unless you charge it up fully, and even when you charge it up fully, it still doesn't do as much damage as some of the other calls when they are charged fully, like Poseidon. You know, assuming you can level up Poseidon a little bit, get, let's say, 400 damage a whack. Well, actually, I don't know. With a full charge gauge, 400 damage a whack, you need to hit 6 or 7 times. Yeah, maybe not. Although with, like, the rider effects, you know, with, like, rupture, let's say, or slamming into the wall. Hold up. Okay. Is he gonna turn immune again? Oh, man, I'm not sure if he is or not. Okay, I'm gonna hit him. Okay, good. I really should know this by now. But yeah, that was just an extra 5,000 damage. Very, very happy about it. So I'm almost dead, but I'm just going to stand next to him and keep mashing the button. Hey, I think that's my first win without using a Death Defiance. The bonus health mattered a lot. Like the fact that all the hearts were 33 instead of 25 was a pretty big deal. I would have definitely used a Death Defiance and possibly two, because it would have meant that I had less health coming back as well. But anyways, win number 3, first win with the bow. And thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. I'll see you again soon.
Beyond the frozen overlook, await the first glimpse of the sun to your left, then onward through the cold.
Let's go talk to Persephone. I'm curious, how many things does he get to say this time before he starts dying?
Orma, finally.
You're back.
You're back.
Mother,
1,
Wait,
2,
he never
3,
Mix.
4,
Could I have...
5. Oh, he's starting to get sick. He didn't even get a 6. Last time it was 6. This time it's just 5. All right. Well, on we go.
I'll be back. Father wanted her to leave, didn't he?
Oh, yes. Yes, he did.
Indeed.
Talk to everybody.
I understand. Simply put, you wanted to see. I signed a pact.
Okay. Oh, there's Thanatos. Oh, I don't have a nectar. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get a nectar.
Wonder what jobs that
He's not often in the house. So I could trade 5 keys for a nectar. Oh man. No, it's not worth it to that extent. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get a nectar from one of these fish. It's not a super common reward and it didn't happen. Alas. The bigger problem is if I run into Sisyphus. That's what's going to happen is I'm going to run into Sisyphus for the first time and then I'm not going to have a nectar to give him. That's what needs to happen right now, definitely.
You could have told. Let me go.
Okay. What do we got here? Well, this is the most useful thing. This I don't even care about. That is, okay, it's nice. It's certainly nice. I'm going to save up for this. I just want to get those 15 coin urns more than I care about sometimes having a free chamber in Act 3. Though the free chamber in Act 3 is nice.
Nix.
There are men.
I never should have.
Silence.
Thank them for
Okay. Oh, hang on a second. Hold on. Oopsies. Let's have the dialogue with Dusa. I almost missed her there.
sure.
So, the darkness. Well, can't unlock the next section, so I guess we're gonna try to get the final Death Defiance. That Chaos boon to upgrade the darkness by 77% was so huge on that run. Who is Darkly Thirsty? Oh, it's Shield again? Alright, well, we'll be doing Shield next time. So I'm not yet unlocking these fists. I guess that's that. See you again soon, everybody. Take care.